Hello students, I am explaining chapter number 2, Is Matter Around Us Pure for class 9 science. And in this video I am going to explain the topic, what are the types of pure substances. So let's start with the topic. So as we can see here, substances can be divided based on their chemical composition. So when we take any substance, we can divide these substances based on their chemical composition and we can get into two types. That is, it may be an element or it may be a compound. So in this video, I'm going to explain detail about elements and compounds we will see in another video. So let's start with the topic 2.4.1, that is elements. Robert Boyle was the first scientist to use the term element in 1661. So remember, the scientist who has used the word first time, that is element word first time, he is Robert Boyle and he has used this term in the year 1661. Later, Antoine Laurent Lavoisier gave a clear scientific definition of an element. So next, the scientist named Antoine Lavoisier, he explained the scientific definition of the term called element. So remember, Robert Boyle has used the term first time, that is called element, in 1661, but the scientific definition of this word is given by Antoine Lavoisier. Lavoisier's definition. So what is the definition according to the scientist? So an element, it is a basic form of a matter. It cannot be broken down into simpler substances by chemical reaction. So what is element? It is a basic form of a matter. So remember, element, it is the basic form of a matter and it cannot be broken down into simpler substances by a chemical reaction. So element we again cannot break down into the simpler form by using any chemical reaction. Elements are divided into three types: metals, non-metals and metalloid. So we have elements which we have divided into three types: metals, non-metals and metalloid. So now we will study what is metals and what is non-metals in detail. So first we will start with metal. To study what is metal, we have to study the properties of metal. So what are the properties? Metals usually have these all the following properties. First one, lustrous. All metal will have a lustrous property or they are shiny. Second is color, usually silvery gray or golden yellow. So all metal will have a particular color. Usually all metal will have silvery gray or golden yellow color. Good conductors, as we all know, they conduct heat and electricity. So metals are good conductors of heat and good conductors of electricity. Then the next property is ductile nature. Ductile nature means where you can heat the metal till its melting point and after getting soft you can draw into wires. So you can pull that metal, that is nothing but called drawn, and you can convert it into wires. Then the next property of metal is malleable. Metals are malleable. Malleable means again heat the metal till its melting point or below its melting point, make it soft and it can be beaten into thin sheets. So you can see the iron sheets. So these iron sheets are prepared from metal. That is called metals have malleable property. And the last and important property is sonorous. Sonorous means producing sound when they are struck. So metals especially produce ringing sound when get struck. You maybe have seen the bells present in temple. So when we struck those bells, you can hear a sound coming from those metals. So these are some of the properties of metal. Actually, for this standard, that is ninth standard, we are not going to study in detail these all the properties because the same topic we are going to study in 10th standard. There is a chapter called metals and non-metals, and in that chapter we are going to study these all the properties in detail. But now, whatever is there in your NCERT book, that I have taken here to explain you all. Now, some common metals are, so some here we have some of the examples like gold, silver, copper, iron, sodium and potassium. So these are some of the examples which are there in your NCERT book. If you tell me, if you ask me the symbols of this, gold symbol is AU, silver symbol is AG, copper symbol is CU, iron it is Fe, sodium it is Na and potassium it is K. So we all know the rules. If there is a single alphabet, it should be capital. And if there are two alphabets, first should be capital and second should be small. So these are some of the examples of metals. Now we will see the properties of non-metals. Non-metals usually have these all the following properties. First one, show different colors. So non-metals we can get in different colors. Especially you have seen here In metals, they have silvery gray or golden yellow, but non-metals we can see in different colors. Are poor conductors of heat and electricity. So exactly opposite to metals. Metals are good conductors of electricity and heat, but non-metals are poor conductors of electricity and heat. Are not shiny because they don't have shine, so they are non-lustrous. Are not sonorous, they cannot produce sound, so they are not lustrous. And even these are not malleable, we cannot beat them and convert into sheets. So if you see the properties, all are opposite to metals. Metals are good conductors, these are poor. Metals are lustrous, these are non-lustrous. Metals are sonorous, these are non-sonorous. Metals are malleable and these are not malleable. So very easy to remember all the properties, and as I told, here we have seen very little information about the properties because we are going to study in detail in 10th standard. So what are the examples? Hydrogen gas, oxygen gas, carbon, chlorine, bromine, iodine. These all are the examples of non-metal. Now I hope you understood why these are poor conductors, not shiny, not sonorous. So you will understand by seeing these examples. These all about metals and non-metals. We have seen the properties, and there is one more topic which is present in NCERT book, that is some extra information. So here I have taken here to explain you all. So more to know. So what is more to know about these metals and non-metals? So see the first point. The number of elements known at present are more than 100. 92 elements are naturally occurring and the rest are man-made. Very important point. So till today we have 100 elements which we all know, and out of 100, 92 are naturally occurring, and remaining means how many? 8 are man-made. Very important point. It will help you to increase your general knowledge. Majority of the elements are solid. See here. Majority of the elements are solid. There are three states. One is solid, next is liquid, and the next is gases. Elements we can see in all three states, but majority elements are in solid state. 11 elements are in gaseous state at room temperature. So at room temperature, out of 100, 11 elements are in gaseous state. Two elements are liquid at room temperature, that is mercury and bromine. So at room temperature we can see that mercury, it is nothing but Hg, it is a metal which is in liquid state, and bromine, that is Br2, it is non-metal, it is also in liquid state. Elements gallium, cesium becomes liquid at room temperature slightly above room temperature, that is 303 K. So at room temperature or little bit above, this gallium and cesium can convert into liquid. So their melting point is very less. Remember, that is 303 K. 303 K means how much degrees Celsius? So as we all know, take the temperature which is in Kelvin and subtract 273 from this. So how much will get answer? 3 minus 3 will be 0. 10 minus 7 will be 3. 1, it will be 0. So 30. So at 30 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius and 303 Kelvin, both are same. It is in Kelvin, it is in degrees Celsius. I have explained this everything in my earlier videos. You can go through my channel and watch those all the videos, you'll understand. So at 30 degrees Celsius, gallium and cesium can melt and becomes liquid. So these are some of the important points which are given in the NCERT book to increase the general knowledge or the knowledge about the metals and non-metals. So this was about elements. I hope you'll understand the explanation of this whole topics which I have told. After this, I'll be preparing the next video for compounds. If you like my video, share my videos with your friends. And if you're getting little bit also help from this all the videos, then please consider subscribing.